Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our First NBC Bank weekend preview brought to you by First NBC Bank with 35 locations throughout Southeast Louisiana and the Florida Panhandle. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNola.com. It's here. The football season in earnest has arrived on every level. And as we get started, just a brief mention of the Tom Brady ruling. Of course, Brady wins, the Patriots win, and Roger Goodell loses big again. Lenny, his losing streak is really growing.
It is, and let's first of all take this from this perspective. Of course, the comparisons locally, the Saints with the Bounty situation several years ago. Don't forget there that Paul Tagliabue acting as essentially the third party, like the judge did here, vacated the player penalties in Bounty, but the team penalties remained. That's the point we're at now. Tom Brady's 4-game suspension gone. We don't know what the NFL, if they will try to appeal this. Keep in mind, in Bounty, that was it. There was no additional process beyond that. Will the Patriots as a team do something about the fines, about the draft picks that they lost for the upcoming draft? And if so, do you see the Saints perhaps go back as an organization and try to do something about the penalties, now several years in the past in the rearview mirror from Bounty? Let's see how that all plays out. That is the interesting next step in this and how it ties locally.
I think it could be a domino effect, and I think ultimately the problem here rests with what the owners granted Roger Goodell. It's never a good idea to have autonomy, to have an emperor, if you will, and that's basically what they created. So whether you like Goodell or not, they gave him those powers. I don't think he's acted properly. I agree with Paul Tagliabue with what he said when he was in town, that he's not handled that office the right way and what it was created to do. That said, that's what the owners have done. Now he's getting owners mad, so I suspect that some changes will be coming in the near future. Of course, football season is here, as mentioned. The Saints finish up their preseason Thursday night. That's tonight, of course, as we do this with their game against the Green Bay Packers. The big story here is a couple of roster spots still available, obviously. Other than that, it's all about staying healthy.
Very much so. And, making some final decisions. And I think Sean Payton wanted to see a lot of those things resolve themselves in the Houston game. The Green Bay game, in some cases where it's very close, is essentially your tiebreaker in trying to make some final decisions there. And who knows? Can somebody just jump off the page and have an unbelievable game and say, hey, I'm not going to let you cut me based on this performance? We shall see. They're at 75. They've got to get down to 53, and then they will be able to re-sign 10 of those guys, perhaps guys off of other cut lists, to a practice squad. Those are the things we will see over the course of Saturday and Sunday. And then when we get to Wednesday, it's 6 days from now, it's on to preparing for the Arizona Cardinals in the season opener in Glendale, Arizona. We might actually hear something about injuries then.
Maybe. Of course, the Saints losing Keenan Lewis for up to 6 weeks. Now we know why they signed Seamster off waivers from Miami, and the cornerback position and the secondary as a whole remains perhaps the biggest concern heading into the regular season because of numbers, health, and ability for that matter. The Tulane Green Wave open their season tonight as well as they host the Duke Blue Devils after 8:30 at Yulman Stadium. And as we've said all along, this is a pivotal game for the Green Wave. If you go according to odds makers, and we don't bet, but odds makers give you an idea, that game opened about 11 points, Duke. Now it's about 7.5, so it's come down, and Tulane is within reach here. This is a team in Tulane that can win this game if it plays a flawless game, doesn't make mistakes, kicks the ball accurately enough, and again, as I mentioned, avoids turnovers.
Yeah, win the turnover battle or at worst split. I don't even think you need to win the special teams battle. You just need to avoid the major mistakes, okay? Make extra points, make kicks. We go back to the Tulsa game last year. Ed Daniels did a great job of pointing this out on our site earlier in preseason. If Tulane can make a short field goal with 2 minutes left in regulation against Tulsa, it might have changed the whole complexity of their season. Yeah. They're going to win that game. They've got a 2-score lead at that point, and I think that really, that had a little bit of a domino effect. So, let's see. Hopefully, good crowd tonight. Look, chance to get out and see, a high-quality opponent. You don't necessarily think of Duke at the upper echelon of the Power 5 conferences. That's been a very good program the last couple of years. David Cutcliffe, it's taken him some time, but I think he's turned the corner with that program at Duke. A chance to get out there on a Thursday night and go check out the Wave.
High school football season begins in earnest tonight. Radio, it's De La Salle, Lake Area, New Tech, 7 p.m. on WGSO. Rick Gailey and I on 990 a.m. And our first NBC Bank Prep Showcase, the first NBC Prep Showcase opener. What an opener it is. A great rivalry renewed between Warren Easton and Jesuit, the neighbors getting together on the football field. Jesuit won the Division I state title last year, and Warren Easton reached the 4A state championship game. And both are good again this year. You can watch it exclusively live on sportsnola.com. Tape delayed coming up this weekend on WHNO.
Right, Saturday at noon will be our typical re-air spot when we tape the Prep Showcase games. And looking forward to this one. I mean, these are two teams, as you mentioned, that achieved something that they hadn't achieved in a half century. Jesuit winning a state championship, Warren Easton getting to the state title game a year ago. Now, a lot of players gone, but some significant players back as well. And which of these teams kind of maintains that momentum from a great year a year ago to start 2015, we'll find out Thursday night.
Indeed, and of course the 21st year of the original, Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report, starting Friday night, 6 p.m. to midnight coverage each and every Friday night for 15 weeks on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. You can watch it locally, but it's around the state on 8 affiliates as well and a whole bunch of websites. We'll have reports from all over the state. Analysis from Rick Gailey and Renee Nato, pinch hitting for Ro Brown first time around. And then we'll have winning coaches on, and then we'll have the scoreboards, of course, each and every hour, a couple of times an hour, where you can look at sportsnola.com all night long, updated every 30 seconds, where everybody comes to get their scores, thanks to the All-State Sugar Bowl, First NBC Bank, and all of the people you have supporting this effort.
Yep, a lot of people out there want to get their scores right here at sportsnola.com. And again, thanks to all of our supporters who helped make that possible. You mentioned First NBC Bank and the All-State Sugar Bowl, most notably.
Last but not least, you can also watch a couple of other games on sportsnola.com. Got a good one Friday night with Riverside and John Ehret.
Great one. 2 district champions from a year ago. Looking to get even further this year, perhaps. Some real talent's going to be on the field. We'll have that one live from Hoss Memphis Friday night at 7. And then little semi-pro action Saturday at 5. The Gridiron Development Football League championship game. We got a New Orleans team playing for a title Saturday at 5 o'clock. The Crescent City Kings against the Nashville Storm will be at Joe Brown Park. Go out there and support them, but if you can't, hey, watch it right here live at Sports Nola.
It's all at sportsnola.com, your one-stop shop. Lenny, thanks. Have a great weekend.
All right, we'll see you next week.
That's our First NBC Bank weekend preview, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 35 locations throughout Southeast Louisiana and the Florida Panhandle. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNola.com. He's Lenny. I'm Kenny. Have a great football weekend, and God bless you.